Hey folks, it is Thursday, June 27th as a very noisy and large tow truck rolls by. The time is 7 p.m. and the temperature is around 22 degrees Celsius. I'm here at the intersection of Dupont and Dufferin. And that is a look to the south down Dufferin Street, down towards Bloor. And that's a look east along Dupont Street.
Show me in the car. Now I get it, sorry.
And I just finished up recording a walk through the Junction Wallace-Emerson neighborhood, which is where I am now. And I was going to go live, but a certain other Toronto YouTuber I saw had a live stream scheduled for 7 p.m. So I thought let's improvise and do a second video instead. So for this one, I'm going to head north up to Geary Avenue. It's been billed as sort of an up-and-coming street. And we'll see how things are going along there on this Thursday evening. And I'll walk along Geary and find my way back down to Dupont and probably finish up around Dupont Station. There's an interesting piece of artwork, and I'm guessing this is a sales center, Galleria on the Park. For that massive residential development, that's a redevelopment of the old Galleria shopping mall. And there used to be a McDonald's right on the corner there. That was quite popular.
I don't want to walk people with no shirt on if it's too cold.
But Geary Avenue is just north of the CP Rail corridor here.
We're going to be back in the sun in a second. We get actually in here for the shade.
There's a large brick furniture store. Fun fact, I once bought a love seat from that place. I think back in 2014 or 2015, when I got my current apartment. That was short-lived. There's north of Brooklyn Pizzeria. It's a very popular spot. So by day, this is kind of a dingy industrial street. Looks like there's live music going in there, but all kinds of restaurants and breweries have popped up here. A lot of cafes. It's only a little over a kilometer long. There's Gloves Up Boxing. There's a patio over there. Right next to Toronto Brewing. And this place, I think, is almost like a nightclub.
As well as like, if your basement's humid,
I forget the name of that. I think it's the Geary Warehouse Project or something along those lines. There's a house.
See the light at the end of the sidewalk?
A popular Portuguese bakery. Automotive repair shop right next. Let's see, son of a butcher. Big Trouble Pizza and Burgers. My favorite place is just up here, Blood Brothers.
I think it's my personal. I
Actually, but this one.
There's the Bartlett Parquet. I remember coming here over the pandemic, back when dining indoors was a no-no. And loading up on drinks from this place. And then heading over to that park with some friends and drinking, and then I did a live stream right after.
But that was worse than for many of these.
Mascot costumes. There's a few more places I think up on the left, but that's mostly it for the quote-unquote cool part. And Geary also extends to the west, just on the other side of Dufferin Street. So I could have turned left and still been on Geary, right where that brick furniture store was. I remember live streaming through here maybe a month or two ago, and there was a massive line right in front of one of these spots. I have no idea why. It's a pasta restaurant. They're not open. There's Dark Horse. It's one of the reasons this is a former industrial area, is it's right on the rail corridor. Gaucho Pico empanadas. And this is Dovercourt Road. There's an old warehouse on the corner there. And I think there's a large athletic facility now. I think it houses a basketball court, if that's the one I'm thinking of. We're going to see what else Geary has in store. I don't think I've ever been along Geary Avenue, east of Dovercourt here. Let's go back to the other side. There seems to be more to look at on that side of the street. See if there's any other neat businesses along here. Charles Street Video. There's a barbecue. I don't know if that's a private spot or a restaurant. Some old repurposed containers. It's really kind of a fascinating street.
No.
So this must be Ossington coming up. That's the Geary Avenue Parquet with an outhouse for some reason. All right, we've made it to Ossington. So this park here connects over to Shaw Street through the Hydro Corridor. I guess it might be a little more interesting just to take Dupont over. There's a lot of condos just like this one going up on Dupont. This old warehouse that used to be in this corner has come down. I think that's what I'm thinking of. It's kind of a big condemned warehouse, one that was known for having raves and a lot of squatters. So I could go south here down to Bloor Street, or I could keep heading east. I think we'll do that. There's a 63 Ossington bus making its way down to Liberty Village. There's a lot of 63 buses, but we probably won't see a lot of the Dupont bus. I think that's the 26 bus. Oh, hey look, sidewalk closed. Convenience store always has shit plastered all over it.
Reviews are being shut down.
So this is walking east on the south side of Dupont. Street undergoing a pretty significant transformation. Oh, she's in a Dutch style bike. It's even got the chain guard. At one point in the late 1800s, there used to be streetcar tracks along Dupont. Now it's home to art galleries and restaurants and some trendy boutiques. But there's still a lot of its old industrial past around here, and a lot of these old homes, of course, line Dupont. So this is Shaw Street. Maison Bistro. Feels kind of like a busier Geary Avenue. Hey, look, another Dutch style bike. Hoping there'd be a break in traffic so we can go get a closer look at some lotuses over there. There it is, as rare as a snow leopard, the 26 Dupont. To Runnymede Station. Yeah, Jane Station, I think. It starts east of here at St. George Station. And there's an LCBO. If I'm not mistaken, this used to be a Sobeys grocery store, and it had a big surface parking lot. That was torn down several years ago to make way for this development. And the LCBO is extending their hours in anticipation of a strike. So go get your booze while you can. And instead of a Sobeys, there's now a Farm Boy. That's part of the same chain. Both are kind of more upmarket grocery stores. And that building straight ahead coming up at Christie and Dupont is notable for the fact that it used to be a Model T factory. You could go buy your Ford there. It was later a Planters Peanuts factory. I was hoping I really screwed up. I should be on the north side of the street. Oh, there might be a break in traffic here. Or not, there's quite a row of cars coming. You can see they've got an old Model T on display. I don't know how well you can see it with this glare. I think this area here might have been the showroom at one point in time.
It's not scarier than that. No?
And I'm going to cross back over to the south side. C&W, I think, is in an old bank building. Merchants Bank of Canada, dating back to 1915. And that used to be a Starbucks across the street. It's exactly the kind of old building Starbucks likes to occupy, but they closed down a whole bunch of locations all at once, and that was one of the victims. I think that was early on in the pandemic. And that might have came just before the pandemic. Stub chocolates. There's an art gallery. Oh, look at this. This restaurant says open mic every Wednesday, 7:30 onwards. The Thai mango. That'd be kind of fun. Get a pint for $7.99. Glenfiddich for $5.99 a shot. Kind of hungry. I'm scoping out dinner spots. Another gallery on the right here. It's the Roberts Gallery. Carrillo Lane. So I'm just gonna pop over into Dupont Station right up ahead at Dupont and Spadina Road. And this neighborhood to the right is known as Seton Village. At least I think that's part of Seton Village. That guy just stopped to take a picture, maybe of the fact that this sign is completely blocked. Oops. It's a Superman and Batman mural straight ahead there. I keep seeing this here. The largest TV show set sale in the history of the Toronto film industry. All right. was going to pop down that lane, but there was a truck behind me wanting to turn down it. It was pretty narrow, so. I'll not get in the way of things. That's Palmerston Avenue. And this is Bathurst Street coming up. So I could go south here and head down to Bathurst Station, or I could keep going, like I said, to Dupont Station. Here's the part in a live stream where I'd ask the viewers which way I should go. There's a greasy spoon that's been around forever. Vesta lunch. Maybe we'll save that stretch of Bathurst for another day, and I'll stick to the plan and continue along Dupont, which gives me one extra transfer on the way home. But Vesta Lunch there has been there for as long as I can remember. Monday to Wednesday, 7 a.m. to 11:30. Fish and chips, $15.50. Old school greasy spoon. So this is the north end of the Annex neighborhood. Let's go out these beautiful tree-lined streets. Big cafe. There's an interesting mural. And on Howland Avenue. It says don't walk. Pasha. Place had a good crowd in it. Used to be really low rent car rental shop here. It's like a fitness studio, Studio North. All right, we're just a few blocks away from Spadina Road. Some interesting architecture around the balconies on this building. Most of the condos going up on Dupont, you might have noticed, are step-back designs. This one, not so much. Roti cuisine of India. And that sign says this area is Dupont by the castle. And the reason for that is Casa Loma is just to the north of here. Even though it's not at all a castle. And perhaps the best stretch of Dupont is just up ahead, but I'll have to save that for a future video. As I mentioned, I'm gonna pop down into the subway here. All the people waiting for the Dupont bus, which is coming. away, and Casaloma is just to the north of here, up the Baldwin Steps. We're going to head into Dupont Station, which opened back in 1978. I'm going to head down to the southbound tracks. That sounds like the train I wanted. It is just leaving the station. The station has this lovely artwork. If you see something, say something. Aye, aye, Captain. Well, I hope you enjoyed this very much unplanned walk along Geary Avenue and Dupont Street. Do let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support what I do, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I have an Instagram account, which I almost never update anymore, at Johnny Strides. And there is a super thanks button appearing down below if you wish to say thanks that way. Anywho, thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.